Good morning and welcome to another episode of Tokyo Reds. We are Liverpool fans based in the land of the rising sun. And it's, a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful. Middle of October. Yeah, autumn's a really nice season in Japan. One of the best, actually, to be honest, this and spring. Summer's way too hot, winter's a bit too cold. Autumn's really beautiful.
Dry, isn't it? Like, winter's really dry in Japan. Yeah. I didn't really understand what that meant until I came, and then, it's just really, it's not good.
Yeah, the leaves are just starting to change colour now. And yeah, we're here at Yoyogi Park, which is one of, if not the biggest park in Tokyo. It's very cool. You got a lot of people here kind of practicing music and dancing and all kinds of stuff goes on here. It's really cool place. So yeah, if you're ever in Tokyo, check it out. So coming up this weekend, John, is West Brom. We've just had Mourinho parking the bus. We're going to have to deal with Tony Pulis parking the bus. It's the start of the easy run of games that we've got, but how easy is it?
Well, like you said, it's not even a bus, is it? It's kind of like a squadron of tanks or something like that. But when it comes to Pulis, it's the ugliest, boringest football I've ever seen, ever. Again, it's like we were saying in, I think, a few videos back, when it comes to easy run, it's always like our Achilles heel, like these easy runs. So it'll be a good test, I think. Hopefully we can build up some momentum what we lost with the Man United game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, for me, West Brom, any Tony Pulis team is kind of, is always a difficult game. I remember the Stoke team of years gone by; they were just horrible to play against, kind of a rugby team. I expect kind of the same. And when you look at their last three games, they've drawn 1-1 in all three, including against Spurs. So they are going to be a difficult side. Yeah,
definitely. It's just. I mean, what can you say about them, really? It's kind of it's kind of like the terracotta army, isn't it? They just don't move, just in these two banks of four. And it's just horrible to watch because you know exactly what they're going to do, and they're really good at doing it. Bastards.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So, who are their players? Who are some of their players that we've got to be wary about? There are some.
Yeah, you've got Rondon. I was going to say Bernardino.
Bernardino.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say him, but really, he went into exile, didn't he? Last season, he hasn't really performed as much as people thought he was going. People thought he was the next, I don't know, not Rooney, but Defoe maybe.
Daniel
Sturridge, yeah. But it's not so much individual players. It's more just that solid link, chain link thing that they form.
Yeah, it's more of the team, the kind of way they play, which is the danger. Obviously Chadley, he's been a very good signing for him as well so far. So we've got he's could cause us a few problems. Okay, so how should Liverpool approach this game?
I was going to say just keep doing what we're doing. The thing is now, from that last game, we've really missed Lallana and Wijnaldum. I didn't realise how much, especially Wijnaldum, brought to our game. And, ideally we'd want them back, but I think this is the time now for the likes of Sturridge to get his form back, these lesser teams, So it'd be worthwhile just playing him. It's maybe just to play him out of his bad patch. I think that would be maybe a good route to go. Yeah. Or even to start Origi and let him get a bit of experience, and maybe he can form a good partnership with the front two.
Yeah, fair enough. I think for me, if Lallana's fit, obviously he plays, and I think he is fit now, obviously. If Wijnaldum's fit, hopefully he is. We just stay the same way we've been. I think we're so much more dangerous with Firmino up front than Sturridge. Sturridge just didn't perform well enough against United to deserve a starting spot for Liverpool at the moment, which is a shame because he is a very good striker, and he's got fit now. You know what I mean? He's not been injured for a while, so. But we've got to play the informed players for these types of games so we can, get at them and hopefully score a few goals. Okay, so who do you think is going to be our key player in this game?
from the last game, if Lallana plays Lallana, I think, because he just opened up so much more space for the other players. And I think putting Coutinho on the left, that's kind of like his rightful place now. Like that last game showed how good he is in that, like on the channels. So for me, I think it's Lallana would be a big impact, to be honest with you, just because of what he brings. Maybe as well get Grujic. I was reading in the Echo this morning that apparently he's been doing really well for like the B team.
Yeah, the under 23.
Yeah. So maybe give him, not start him, but let's see what he can do.
Yeah, there's no harm putting him on the bench. For me, like I think Matip again. They've got some big players in that team, so his height and stuff will be good. And I'm going to do a Tom because he's not here, unfortunately. Mane, just his pace to try and break the defence. And hopefully he can grab a goal. You know what I mean? So yeah.
It was a pity about the last game. He didn't really seem to kind of get into his stride into the last game. And when he does, he's dangerous. And it's great to watch.
Yeah, no, me too. He kind of just played really centrally. Like he wasn't able to play his game, and fair dues to Man United for kind of putting him in that position and doing working their tactics well.
I think as well it had a lot to do with maybe Chan. Like I don't want to lay into him too much, but he'd go on like forward runs quite a lot. So like Mane, someone would have to replace him, and it turned out it was Mane most of the time. So that's what kind of messes up a little bit as well.
Yeah, no, that's a very good shout. All right, well, starting lineups, Karius stays in.
Yeah. I think now, like the thing is that was Man United that last game, and that was his second start, was it?
Third, I think.
Third start, even still, third start, Manchester United. So that's kind of like the test has been out the way now. So now he's got to. Not like again, they're not easy games, but easier games where he can get more composed. Less. He probably won't be as scared as like Rondon, Chadley, and then you have Ibrahimovic and Pogba. So I'd keep him on.
No, me too. Definitely. He's the first goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet this season. So you know what I mean. Like, keep him in there. We got to back him. If you don't back him, then why have him? Do you know what I mean? Like, you might as well send him home. So. Back four stays the same. There's no arguments there, is there at all? Yeah. Midfield, I think obviously Lallana's going to be fit. It's all down to Wijnaldum. If Wijnaldum isn't fit, do you go for Chan or do you go Grujic? Who would you go for?
Personally, I'd go for. I'd like to see Grujic, but I think they'd go for Chan, just because he's got that experience and. Like every game now feels like a must-win game. Like it's almost like a final. Like we're just going at it, balls to the wall. So I think he'll start Chan, but I don't really want him to.
Yeah, fair enough. I think Chan, he's rusty. He needs game time as well. Do you know what I mean?
It might be worth like playing Lucas. I mean, again, I don't think it will happen, but it would be worth playing like Lucas, then Henderson, and Lallana. Yeah.
No, that's not a bad shout. I'd be quite happy with that, to be honest. Lucas is a legend now at the club. Do you know what I mean? He's been there a long time. He's still got the legs with two other players in midfield.
He must be the longest serving player of the team.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Because he was Benitez signing, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's fair dues to him. Like really, might be his last season at Liverpool, but hopefully he still has some good games in him. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So. You mentioned before about maybe Sturridge or Origi. Do you think they'll start or?
I think Sturridge will start. I think it's kind of now it's now or never for him now, because there's a lot of speculation of him going. I don't think it's fair to judge him just off one Man United game. But this season he hasn't really been at his best. I know he's coming back from injury, so I think he's done enough for the club to warrant showing what he can do, So hopefully these next 5 games he starts and he gets a few goals hopefully, because he is a good player.
Okay, well if we got 3 in midfielder, Henderson, Lucas, Lallana, whoever, who misses out?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, who? It's a tough decision. I mean, ideally if Wijnaldum's fit, he misses out, as in Sturridge misses out. That's who I'd get rid of, because we're not so much like a one one player team anymore. You know, it is about the team, and you've got to play to the team's strengths. And he just doesn't fit into the kind of like the ethos that Jurgen's going for.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You know, like up front, we need that fluidity, we need that movement, and Sturridge just doesn't offer that. When we've got like a focal point, that's when we lose our momentum, and it showed that against United. And for me, like, sorry, it's Daniel, but Coutinho, Firmino, and Mane is a much more potent strike force at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in the future, really, going forward. So here we go. West Brom away. Hawthorns 1-1, 1-1, 1-1 in the last 3. Score prediction?
In Tom's memory, 5-1. No, I think now we've got a clean sheet. I think Matip and Lovren, they've seemed to like really connected now. So I think we've got another clean sheet in this next game. I'm going to say 2-0.
Yeah, fair enough. I was thinking 2-0 myself, to be honest. All right, I'll pick something else. I'll say 3-1. I'll say 3-1 Liverpool.
It could easily be that, I reckon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not completely convinced by our defence yet. We're much better than what we were, but still set pieces with a Pulis side. They're always gonna cause you problems. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But there we go. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the comment section below. Get involved on Facebook, on Twitter. Check out the website, TokyoReds.com. Give us a like, subscribe, get involved. And we'll see you after the match. Thank you very much. See ya. Bye-bye. Up the Reds.